Everybody, we're back. It's the preview episode. We're here to cover everything Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of news has happened recently to affect this matchup, but we're going to try to hit everything that we can about this game and get everybody ready for it because obviously they're still going to play it. So no matter what, it looks
What
like.
news? What news happened?
I mean, something with Trent Brown or something like that, man. Something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Another thing that this
Yeah.
guy, he's always in the news. Raiders fans are giving it to him too, man.
Yeah, they
You know,
some of them are fans. Some of them are fans, but it is what it is. So welcome to Tape Don't Lie, guys. It's another episode. Me and BD Williams. Remember to follow us on Twitter at DMarkJohnNFL, at BD Williams 18, and of course subscribe. All right, so make sure you subscribe to this. We appreciate all the loyal listeners. You did the mailbag last week. A lot of people like that, so we really appreciate every single one of you guys. We're definitely gonna do another one like that. I had some comments about asking through the comments in YouTube, and we're definitely gonna do that. Definitely gonna do another mailbag episode because, like I said, we got a lot of good feedback from that. So really appreciate all you guys who listened, and of course appreciate all the listeners that we do have. So, but we're gonna get into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we got coming in, who are hot. They're a hot team. I mean, I won't say they're a hot team because they had a loss before, and then they're a hot team because they just kicked the Packers in the behind.
yeah.
Let's just say. And
You can say
dominated.
Raiders are a hot team too. We just beat Chiefs.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's
two
basically
hot teams.
two hot teams, right? One has a circumstance, but we don't know if they're gonna have their linemen, which is a, a big factor in this game.
Look, in any game, that would be a big factor.
Yeah.
In any game. But
I mean,
I watched this Tampa Bay defense. This is not gonna be good. They need all those linemen for these guys. All right.
yeah. We'll get into that, and I checked out the offense, and I'm gonna kind of break down a little bit of what Bruce Arians is trying to do. I didn't get too much into Tom Brady because Tom Brady's Tom Brady. I watched Tom Brady all the week, and I'm gonna let you guys know he's okay. He's still the same. So he's gonna show up, but it's more about the offense that he's playing in. Um, that's what it's more about with this, because it's not the same old Patriots offense that he's running right now. So it's going to be a little different matchup, and try to go over what some things the Raiders should do. All right. So
Jump into it, bro.
all
Jump
right,
into it.
let's jump into it. All right. So let's get into it. So the heart and soul of this offense right now is the running game and this offensive line. So we got a really, really strong offensive line. We got a really good center in Ryan Jensen. We got a really good left guard in Ali Marpet. We got Donovan Smith, who's a good left tackle. He's not a great left tackle. He can be beat, but he's a good steady left tackle, right? And then you got the young rookie Tristan Wirfs, who is a pretty good right tackle right now. I mean, in this game he has some trouble with Khalil Mack, but that's a different
Who
story.
doesn't?
But yeah, who does it, right? But they are a strong offensive line, and they got a strong running game with Ronald Jones. Leonard Fournette is coming back this week too, as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is going to be. They are right now, as we speak. I know they just signed AB, and it might be a little bit different, right? Right? It might be a little different since they signed AB, but right now they are a running football team mostly. Which, I mean, you guys probably think it's crazy to hear, but they're like 12 personnel, 13 personnel running the football. That's what they like to do, and then they like to take some deep shots, which we'll get into in a second. But first, we're gonna check out Ronald Jones, and who has been balling 3 straight 100-yard games, and he's been playing really well, and he's been doing a lot of things. He's been making a lot of guys miss. You see right here in the backfield, nice little spin out, makes another guy miss, right? Gets a good 11 yards. So he's doing really well in the run game, and he's doing his thing. He's making sure that he's getting where he needs to be. So I mentioned this play on Twitter. Nice little inside zone, and nice little juke, and then you got Eddie Jackson
How you
sweeping
gonna
on the
do that,
ground.
man, like that?
Just sweeping on the ground. Let's watch that again. Let's go back. Let's go back. Watch it.
How did Eddie Jackson think his season was over?
I think
Do you
so.
think he tore ACL? He must have. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no, I'm about to be on TV."
Yeah. Right.
Ugh. That was nasty.
Luckily for him, Josh Norman was the highlight of this week,
Yeah,
and
and
not
you know,
Eddie
and
Jackson.
it's constant with Ronald Jones, man. Rojo is balling, right? And then here we got a little bit more, another inside zone, a little bit here, and then he makes more guys miss. He's just making guys miss, which is crazy for me. I didn't know that he was. I mean, I know that you're the UFC fan, um, and just watching
Yeah,
in
I mean,
college.
honestly, this is what he looked like in college to me. He
Yeah,
was a guy who he was a hard charger, but he bounced off a lot of guys, made some guys miss, had solid elusiveness,
yeah,
and we haven't seen it from him, until now in the NFL.
yeah, and he's showing good vision too. A lot of good vision. I mean, they're running a lot of inside zone. Um, not a lot of power, but they don't run like outside zone or anything like that. They do run some power too, but he's been showing a lot of vision, making people miss, and the offensive line is just they're just grinders, right? Right, and then just like big hole opened up by Gronkowski, and then there goes Ronald Jones again. So go ahead and bring that back. Boom, Gronkowski blocking, then he's making another guy miss, making AJ Amos miss, and just yards after yards, man. He's just balling all over the place. It's another run. Nice little spin off, right? Look, 9 yards, tough 9 yards, and I'm telling you, he is the heart of this offense right now. I wonder how much Leonard Fournette's actually going to play. Like, are they going to take away the guy who's the most productive player on the offense right now? Like, here we go. They got a
Hmm.
power run, right? A little power O. He's, what I'm saying? Patience, vision, making guys miss an open field. He's playing really, really well, and it's really showing. But one thing that is wrong with Ronald Jones and why I think Arians might play Fournette a little bit is that he just has hands of stone. Like he can't catch the football. I mean, I could have embarrassed him a lot here, but I didn't. I was respectful. But you got the little angle, like, bro, it's like he's got to catch this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you want to do here. I don't know why you're kind of. It's not good. He's not good with the hand. So I just think that's one thing that he definitely needs to get better at is catching the football. Obviously, I mean, can he get better with that? Probably not. But Ronald Jones is a really good running back. He's the heart and soul of this team, and so is the offensive line. So, but let's go ahead and get into Bruce Arians' basically vertical offense. And I'm gonna. This is gonna be a little bit of a deeper breakdown. We're going to go back in time here, and I'm gonna show you some patterns that I really expect the Raiders to check out and understand that there's lots of tape on this offense. I mean, there's lots of it. There's years and years of tape, and the offense has not changed. So I mean, we're going to
Hmm.
see some different aspects of this. So this is the first play. This is a little basically a Y cross to Gronkowski, right? But I want you to notice what Mike Evans is doing at the bottom. There's some extra guys here in the slot. They're doing stop routes, but Mike Evans is doing a comeback, right, over the top, goes to Gronkowski, right? So this is a play they love to do. And he also loves the deep comebacks, and he loves him some out routes. Bruce Arians has never seen an out route he hasn't liked. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He loves him some deep outs. Good little 18. So you got Reggie Wayne right here, run a little deep out. Bring it back a little bit. Bring it back to Reggie. Reggie Wayne, little cell right here. Boom. This is old school. I mean, 2012 feels like old school now, man. This is 8 years ago. Andrew Luck was in the game, right? Boom, quick out. Right, and then here we go, deep comeback. But look at that. Is that the same crosser he's running with Larry Fitzgerald? Do you remember Gronkowski? 5 years ago? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this
Right.
it's the same offense. That's the same look too. Against the same look. Same offense, same route, right? Comeback. So because the comeback this time instead of hitting the crosser, and it's not a tight end, right? But still Y cross, Larry Fitzgerald, hits the out route with Michael Floyd. Okay. So you'll notice here we got another one. We got a deep out with Michael Floyd. down at the bottom of the screen. Boom. Right? I tell you, they love them some deep outs. This hasn't changed, guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This has not changed. So you're gonna see what starts happening. All right, check out what starts happening here. Oh, let's just start sitting on him. There's Stephon Gilmore. He's sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting on the route, right? Pick. Easy. And this is 2016, right? So we're starting to move, right? This is Arians last year, but this was the second to last. Let's just say that before he had to take a break, right? It was picked off right there, easy out route. They start sitting on them, and then here comes Jameis. What are they doing? They're sitting. Pick six, out route.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Raiders have to do. They have to be ready for the same vertical offense. Now there's going to be some go routes that come over the top of them, but they have to be sitting for these overs and these out routes. Okay. Now, a couple coverages you're going to see real quick here on this next one. The Cardinals, they're running cover 2 man, what I think the Raiders should really look at running this week, because what you'll see, which I'll talk about the out route, we're going to see the same route that Reggie Rain ran in 2012. This is the same exact concept, which, I mean, the Raiders run this concept too. So for me to say that is not very fair, right? But it's the sale concept. But you know what I mean? Like, it's still Bruce Arians. Some of these routes are coming, and the Cardinals are in too high cover 2 man, so that allows Byron Murphy to know that he has a safety over his top, so he can play that out route underneath. That's what he's doing. That's why he's playing trail like that, because he knows he has safety over the top, that he doesn't have to worry about the deep route, or if he's running a post or running a corner or whatever that could happen with him playing trail. He knows he has the safety over the top, which is just funny. We were talking about Vance Joseph earlier. This is Vance Joseph. And then, but then you see that, and then Byron Murphy's able to come under it and undercut the out route. So he's able to sit, cover 2 man. So this is a coverage I really think the Raiders should look at this week. I know that's something that they don't run, but you got to check out how some of these teams are stopping Bruce Arians. And I know this Jameis Winston. You guys are thinking, well, Jameis throws a lot of picks, and Tom Brady's not going to do that. Well, let's just wait, guys.
Right.
Let's just wait. Let's check
Okay.
out this.
I'm sorry. I was about to ruin it. Sorry.
Let's check it out. So now are here. They're playing quarters on this one. Okay. So, and you'll see how they're still sitting on these out routes. Boom, pick six. And the Raiders have to sit on these routes and try to get some pick sixes here, because I mean, it's open for them. I mean, there's a pick six also on an out route against the Saints. Okay, that happened just like this play, basically for the against the same coverage. They're playing quarters too, and they made a play on that. So because what you're going to see right here is, if you don't play these type of coverages, you're going to get killed with 4 verticals out of 13 personnel playing man hit over the top for touchdowns, right? So you got to play too high and make this team meticulously go down the field, because if you don't, you're going to be having OJ Howard going over the top of your head. You're going to have Mike Evans going over the top of your head. You're going to have Chris Godwin going over the top of your head, right? And they're going to be doing that consistently. And this 4 verts, I'll tell you once again, there's not a 4 verts, there's not a deep out that Bruce Arians is not seeing in his life that he didn't love. And it's the main aspects of his offense that he likes to go downfield, and he's stubborn with it. Like, it's not like if you take it away, he's going to be this, I'm just going to meticulously go down the field on you. He's stubborn. You your quarterback's going to throw a lot of interceptions. It doesn't matter. That's why Jameis had a problem with his offense, because everything's so vertical. And then Jameis, he thinks he can make any throw. He thinks for some reason, and it ends up being interception after interception after interception. Because I mean, Carson Palmer's first year in his in Arians offense, he threw 24.
Right.
I made a joke with one of my boys that Tom Brady's gonna throw like 12, and that's a lot for Tom. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and he already has 4, so and we got a lot of games left, so he could still hit that 12. Um, it's just an offense that is built for teams to get turnovers if they're disciplined and they're playing the right coverages. Like the Packers, they wanted to go man to man. They're letting these crossers happening all over them. They're letting them run the sail routes. They're letting them do all these things. And even then, the offense wasn't that explosive, but they were still not playing the too high coverages that the Chargers were playing early, or even that what the Cardinals were playing against the Bucs last year. You got to play those too high coverages against this team, because if you don't and you go ahead with the single high, I will tell you, if you play any cover 3 against Bruce Arians is a cover 3 killer, and he will destroy you. He destroyed this. That's how he took down the Seahawks for being the top of the NFC West, is that they would come out and play that cover 3, and he would just chop them up. And
He would always do good against the Seahawks.
yeah, he would chop. He does good against any cover 3. So that's like the Chargers, because the Chargers play cover 3, and then once they went back into their base after they were playing a lot of too high early, and then they went back into their base and just got ate up in the second half. And with Tom's still playing at a high level. I think this offense is a little awkward for him. I don't think it's I don't think. I think every offense fits Tom Brady, but I just think for the options that he likes, Tom Brady likes options.
Yeah.
I like to go through things. This is either deep or die to me, and either it's like deep or get sacked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got kicked out of Pittsburgh, because Big Ben was getting killed all the time, because
Right.
that's the offense. It's you throw deep, you get sacked, or you throw into tight windows, but you gotta play too high, man. I really
What I'm worried about from watching that, and like I've seen this from them last couple weeks. It's gonna be hard to play too high when that running attack is that good.
Yeah.
So and another thing I'm worried about too is that because this rushing attack is good, and because Tom Brady's gonna get the ball out so quick, that they're gonna forget. One of their keys to victory last week was applying that pressure, right, and pinning their ears back. And I think we're gonna see Paul Gunther go away from that this week. Guys are gonna, getting their hands on the guy in front of them, try to, close down gaps and not get into their pass rushes.
Yeah.
And the Raiders run so much cover 1 that
Like by what you just
could be an issue.
Yeah, if they run cover 1, it's an issue. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be a big time issue, because one, I know you got to stop the run, right? But I really feel like against this team, you should sacrifice it. It's the heart and soul, right, of this team, but they want to throw deep, and I think you have to bet on that. Like, okay, so there's gonna be a couple times where we get them in 3rd and long, but we're still gonna be able to play the deep ball and play the over route and the crossers and be able to attack that stuff. I think that's important too. Is kind of just to slow down Tom Brady and control it, because even against the Packers, they weren't that impressive on offense. The defense just dominated so much that it didn't matter. But they weren't like against how they were against the Chargers, because like I said, the Chargers are played what you were talking about, and he just in the second half, he was just going over the top of their heads. Mike Evans, OJ Howard. It was over and over and over again. And like I said, Tom Brady's still playing at a high level. Okay, I didn't want to do a Tom Brady breakdown because I don't want to piss off any fans, but he's playing at a high level still. So it's more, but you can control this offense better than you can control Josh McDaniels' offense. That's basically what I'm saying. Josh McDaniels is so variable. This is not a variable offense. What you see is what you get. It's been on tape. Like I showed you guys, it's been on tape for like longer than what I showed. That was all 22 I could pick up. I would have to do some underground, get some 03. I'm pretty sure I would have saw the same concepts from 03. It's and him and Gruden have those kind of similarities. They stick to their guns. I think Gruden has adapted a little bit more. I guess Arians has too, but Arians is he's still kind of like, my thing's gonna work.
Yeah.
And then he's teaching Byron Leftwich this stuff. And
yeah, I agree with you that the offense was not super impressive. And one thing that I'll say before we move on to the defense is
Yeah.
it does seem like Tom Brady's not on the same page with a lot of his receivers, in certain situations. So, like, we're talking about, like, playing situational football where he's expecting them to run their routes, like, at the sticks or doing certain things against certain leverages. And he like, they're not on the same page. You see him yelling at his receivers a lot. So yeah, they're not humming on all cylinders on offense.
No, they're not.
And
No, the
yeah,
passing offense isn't.
the
That's the
passing
thing.
offense,
The passing
right?
offense, the running,
They're running back, yeah,
the run
right.
game is good, but the passing offense is not something that should be feared right now. Like, they don't scare me. I'm not scared. I'm not. It's Tom Brady. They got a bunch of weapons out there, and maybe they might chop the Raiders up. It's week to week league, but from what I've seen in the games I watch, it's unless you do what the Chargers did and you come up and you try to just play straight man to man, and like, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun day for you if you try to do that. You gotta play a little zone and stop the deep ball and try
Yeah,
to make them
well,
move
with
meticulously.
Jonathan Abram out, you know, Eric Harris playing man, Jeff Heath playing man, they better be putting those guys in the zone.
Gronk, though? Like,
No,
Gronk starting to heat up too a
no,
little bit, but
yeah,
because he's starting to throw to Gronk because he can trust him, and he knows Gronk's going to be at the spot that he wants him to be.
right.
But also,
That's the only guy he has actual chemistry with.
yeah, I also have a little side theory that Brady doesn't like the offense at all, but that's he's just a little
That's why it was
tense.
so weird for me. Like, I was like, why would he go try to learn a that's like me trying to go learn a new language when I'm like 40 years old. Like, that's like if I told you, like, when I'm 40 years old, hey, I'm just gonna go to the Philippines, okay, and learn, whatever language. Excuse me, my Filipino followers. I'm sorry, Tagalog, maybe, I think, is the language. But
Yeah.
anyways, try to go learn a new language. I'm just gonna go live over there and just making that spur of the moment. Like, it seemed like there wasn't a lot of thought that went into it.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be an outburst at some point.
Yeah, and there's definitely things brewing. But
It's
yeah.
it's
We'll see.
like you could just see it watching. They're winning, but you could just feel it in him. Like, you could see that he's just not something's there that he could be. He's frustrated a little bit, but we'll see. As long as they play good defense, I'm kind of mad that I feel like he just brought the Patriots with him.
Yeah, that's
Great
what he
line,
wanted
great
to do.
defense. Yeah, great line, great defense, good run game, and he just has to do his thing.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll see. All right, bro. Let's go ahead and hit us with this scary defense we got to face that just is stacked everywhere. Just good corners.
Yeah.
Line.
It's good across the board.
Linebackers. The only hole is their box safety that, I think, what is his name? I forgot his name. The only guy I don't know his name. That's the only hole.
Well, which one do you think? You're talking about 31?
No, that's Winfield.
So 33. 30, you're talking about 33.
Yeah.
I think their nickel corner, actually, Sean Bunting, is the hole. And let's just start with the elephant in the room here. Okay. They got linebackers who can literally do anything. These are modern NFL linebackers. Okay. They can play the run. They can really fit. They're going to run through gaps at full speed, 100 miles per hour. Devin White, Lavonte David. They've never seen a run fit that they can't make here, especially in this game. Devin White is fantastic between the tackles. Lavonte David, maybe a little better outside the box. But they're both going to run with a lot of urgency, doing a great job leveraging, vicing ball carriers. And then you got, they're good in coverage too. Lavonte David, for a long time, people thought he was one of the best cover linebackers in the NFL. At least, top 5. I think he's a lot of people were talking about him and Corey Littleton in the same breath. The difference is Lavonte David is a fantastic run player too.
Yeah.
So he's probably a little bit more of an all-around linebacker. And Devin White, he's going to be a guy who's going to move. He's going to make cover a lot of ground in space. So both these guys can cover. And especially when it's in front of them, they're going to run to the ball carrier with extreme prejudice and, throw these guys around. Okay. Now, the worst thing about this, though, is now that they're with Todd Bowles, both these guys can blitz as well. So literally complete linebackers. There's not a hole in their game. Okay. They'll rush up the middle. They'll rush off the edge. Okay. They're going to beat protections. So this is going to be a huge, huge task for the Raiders to have to contend with these guys. And they're the straw that stirs the drink on defense. But there's also another guy, Carlton Davis, number 24, who I think, for my money, he's playing some of the best football at the cornerback position in 2020. Maybe you have not heard of Carlton Davis, but I'm here to, teach you about this guy. First of all, he can play from press. He can play from off. Okay, he can play zone with great awareness. Okay, like this play where he goes ahead and makes a play on the ball against Keenan Allen. All right, and so he does a good job of finding the ball, and he has good ball skills on top of it. Okay, he's like a 6'1" corner, but it's not just zone. He can also play press man at a high level as well. We see him here against Allen Robinson. He was cooking guys last year. Carlton Davis said not today. All right. And so there's literally nothing in his game. Oh, and he also travels. He goes, he covers the top wide receiver on the offense's side. So he'll play in the slot. He'll play out wide, left or right. It literally doesn't matter. He was putting the straps on Lavonte Adams. He had like 4 pass breakups against Aaron Rodgers. Okay, of all people, right? So there's literally no weaknesses in this guy's game. He's a fantastic player. I know.
Lord, what was that?
Yeah, and we see him in just about every single coverage making plays. Okay, so this is going to be a serious problem. But there is a guy who I think, just from going through the film, I think number 23, their slot corner, Sean Bunting. I like Sean Bunting, but he's been on the wrong end of a lot of their big plays that they've yielded on the defense. Okay, I don't think that he's a very sure tackler. All right, and he's also been beat a few times for big plays in the passing game as well. So Sean Bunting, 23, because Carlton Davis does travel. The rest of the defensive backs have to travel as well. But I think that's going to have to be a matchup that the Raiders, hopefully they can get maybe, Nelson Aguilar on him, and Nelson Aguilar can feast on this guy. And to Sean Murphy's credit, or Sean Murphy Bunting's credit, he has tightened up a little bit, but I still see some issues with him covering, especially when he's in underneath zones. Doesn't seem to have a good awareness, not finding the ball or understanding how the routes distribute. So that's really their only chance, because I didn't mention Ndamukong Suh, Jason Pierre-Paul. Okay. I didn't mention Jamel Dean, their other corner, who's really good. Antoine Winfield, the rookie. Okay. Son of a legend. All right. This is a stacked defense. Okay. And they have great players at every single level. So, the best I can come up with for you guys, Raider Nation, is maybe Nelson Aguilar could feast on Sean Murphy Bunting. That's the only thing I got from watching this whole thing. Honestly, they haven't allowed 100 yards rushing, not 100-yard rusher, 100 yards rushing. Okay, so like QB scrambles, multiple running backs, no one together combined effort has gone over 100 yards. Their run defense is incredible, headed by those linebackers who run through the gaps at 100 miles an hour. And they're a tough team to pass against too. So I don't know what to say to you guys to give you guys hope. Let's just say hopefully this offense continues to take deep shots, keep the defenses honest, and hopefully the Raiders defense can come to play against Tom Brady and keep it, reasonable score.
Yeah. I think with this game, and this defense. I mean, they're going to blitz a lot. Derek Carr is really good against the blitz. I feel like that this has to be a Darren Waller game, um, because even though they got the good guys outside, I mean, what you just showed. I mean, obviously the inside and the middle of the field can be attacked a little bit. I mean, even with I know Devin White and Lavonte David, but those guys are so good instincts with their instincts and stuff against the run. I think the Raiders can't abandon the run, right?
Gotta make them pay for being aggressive. Yep.
And do that play action and just hit them over the top of the middle of the field. I think that's what they have to do. I mean, the play action will help the blitz, because especially if they're coming, they're coming, right? You play action and then you just hit them over the middle with some crossing routes, maybe even some, not even just even crossing routes. Maybe it's just some quick hitters, like some quick like missile routes that they call, like quick wide posts with Waller, or things with Renfro in the slot. You move Ruggs away from the outside, because I mean, I think Ruggs and those guys, they're still learning. I mean, he's still learning how to beat press. I mean, he probably get mugged by Carlton Davis, and they probably might even put Carlton Davis on him all game. They might show him that type of respect where they.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Carlton Davis travels on third downs this year, and which wide receiver he lines up on. That'll be definitely interesting to see. Just for our reference, who NFL defenses are most afraid of.
Yeah, you might. The crazy thing, they might put him on Waller.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they end up playing that. But yeah, to your point, if they can make these linebackers pay for being so aggressive, maybe I misspoke before. I said Nelson Aguilar, but I should have said Hunter Renfro as well. Maybe these guys, across the middle can, get some burn. Yeah. So we'll see. But to your point about Derek Carr being great against the blitz, I think a lot of that, an unsung hero in all this, is Rodney Hudson.
Yeah.
Being great against the blitz as well. And for the listeners, or for the people who tune in, it's not just an offensive center's guard or a job to pick up blocks in his area. He's calling out what he is seeing. He's pointing out certain things. So Rodney Hudson's communication to the rest of the offensive line pre-snap is just as important as Derek Carr's reactions post-snap to the blitz, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully he's cleared off the COVID list, because it's going to be impossible to stop this Todd Bowles blitzing attack without Rodney Hudson.
If the line doesn't play, bro,
there's no
we'll
way.
See.
I know.
There's no way, bro.
People got so upset at us last time for saying that too. But I mean, look, if your entire offensive line is out, like, come on. We've seen Brandon Parker. Okay, we've seen it. The tape doesn't lie, guys.
And the thing is, it's not like they could just like pick somebody up this year because of COVID. No. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, or just trade for like Jason Peters. Like Jason Peters, what are you doing? Get over here. Here's the 7th. Give us Jason Peters just for a week. You know what I mean? Like, they can't even do anything like that, because I'm sure, like, if there'd never be an instance where this even happened in any of their regular terms, but that's why it sucks. So, I mean, if they play.
The offensive line needs to play. If the offensive line doesn't play, I say sick Derek Carr, because he's going to get hurt out there.
He's going to get destroyed, pummeled.
It would have to be the Peterman. Or Mariota, one of these guys.
We don't know who the backup is yet. Who's the backup? We don't know. Is it Peterman? Is it Mariota?
The only reason I said Peterman is because is Mariota, like, is he ready to go? Like, he's missed a lot of time.
BD, is he the backup? Let's keep it real, man.
Right.
I don't know, bro. He might be. I don't know. Is he? They haven't said. They really haven't said who's the backup. They didn't say, like, when Marcus Mariota came back, he didn't say he is the backup quarterback now. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't see any headlines.
I didn't hear it. Yeah. So we'll hopefully we don't have to find out. Hopefully the offensive line is healthy. Hopefully Derek Carr stays healthy in this game. All right, and we don't have to find out who the backup quarterback is. But like the Jets game, remember the Jets game? They pulled Derek Carr. They didn't pull Derek Carr because John Gruden was like, okay, Derek Carr, you're getting benched now. It was like what happened to Jimmy Garoppolo early in the year. They're getting blown out.
Yeah.
Don't get your franchise quarterback hurt in a meaningless game that's unwinnable. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's not the scenario that unfolds. But if something like that starts to happen, I think we're going to find out who the backup quarterback is, just so that Derek Carr doesn't get injured, and the whole season is lost.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's just if the offensive line isn't cleared, COVID.
Which I think they will be. I think.
Hopefully they. Yeah, hopefully
they will be. I think they. I'm more mad that Abrams doesn't get to play, but I'm pretty confident that the linemen are fine. It's just because if they have the thing is, if they have a positive test, I mean, they're probably not gonna play the game anyways. So
I know they need a positive test, guys. People aren't realizing this. They need a positive test. Let's get this postponed, okay? Tuesday Night Football. Who's with me?
I am with it. I think they should postpone it just to make it fair anyways, but I think they're trying to punish the Raiders a little bit.
Yeah, I think they are a little bit. They keep on messing up. So
yeah, they keep on messing up. Instead of taking away your draft picks, we're gonna make you play with no linemen.
Right.
We're not gonna make you forfeit, but yeah, have fun.
Right.
Have fun winning this game. No linemen. Okay, as soon as I saw there's 5 linemen, that game should have been postponed right away. This should.
Yeah. Right. Immediately. Come on.
Immediately.
Come on. Hold on.
What do you I don't care what they did. I mean, you could fine them, take away draft picks, but you got to postpone the game, bro. Do whatever you want to do. But your guys, seriously, their punishment is gonna make. Because I heard they're gonna play anyways, even if they have the positive test. If they have a positive test on Sunday, they're gonna make them play.
Gosh.
So it's what I'm saying, that's the NFL's punishment for them. Is you guys are gonna, you guys want to break protocol, huh? Well, I guess you're gonna play with no linemen against the best defense in the league.
I would just if against a random defense, a middle of the road defense.
Yeah.
Okay, no offensive line. Obviously, that's a huge handicap no matter what. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But against the Buccaneers, I'm watching this defense. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. There's no weaknesses. This is a crazy good defense, man. So, yeah, this is literally the worst week that this could have happened. Literally the worst week.
Yeah, or maybe just Derek Carr just blows it out, man. With the bad offensive line, just handles all the pressure, and it's just his year. Maybe that's maybe.
Yeah, but come on, that's asking a lot of any. We saw what Patrick Mahomes couldn't do against pressure. You know what I'm saying? He's thrown all these turnover-worthy passes. He didn't have a great week against the Raiders when they pressured him, and that's Patrick Mahomes. So come on.
I know. No quarterback plays good under pressure. So
right. It's just some just play better than others. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right, dude. All right, BD. Any last thoughts about anything about the game?
That's it, man. I got dinner waiting for me, so I'm about to get out of here. One love, Raider Nation. Good luck this week. I'll see you on the other side, guys.
All right, guys. Everybody, make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL, at BD Williams 18. We'll see ya. Peace out.
Later, guys.